It's a bit of a blessing was that we had loads of people show up, and backstage was really like a red carpet every night. So what I would do is I would sign cards in my dressing room, sign like 100 cards, and then the security outside the theater would hand them out. Because I wouldn't have been able to get to everyone.
It would have been too crazy.
So I kind of came out and did a smile and a wave and said thank you and stuff, and then got in the car. But the keen fans that got out first got a little signed card. But it was an amazing experience. I mean, trying to stay mentally focused and not allow the show to kind of run on autopilot was really a real challenge. Trying to stay engaged and make sure that you're constantly listening. And, we'd have understudies come on at certain times and they would change the tone of a scene or the speed of a scene. And you had to be able to pivot live, which I found really difficult. But by the end, a skill that I didn't know I needed that I've really kind of improved upon. Because, like when you work with Downey on set, what's great about him is he'll improvise, and if it lands, he'll do that again. But what's quite nice for you is that, he's going to say that again, so I have some time to prepare. He's so quick that even if I write a joke that he has no idea about, and then I improvise a line, he'll use my joke to set up a punchline of his own joke somehow. He's so good like that.
You're never going to match wits with that guy.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that having done the play and being able to pivot in the ways that we had to pivot when things would go wrong or someone would skip a speech or an audience member's phone went off and you'd have to kind of keep going and not let that distract you. I'm really excited to see how I've improved as a performer the next time I go on set. Because it really feels like a great place to sharpen the tools and try some new things out. And you get a little bit more freedom because, once the director leaves, it's kind of your show. And you're working with the actors at warm-up saying like, tonight I want to try it a little bit like this. Do you mind if can you set me up with this line, change the rhythm slightly so I can land this joke? And it was such a pleasure. It was such a pleasure.
How do you make decisions about the projects that you want to get involved with? I'm saying that thinking about, somebody who's, steeped in the MCU.
Yeah.
And with that, there's expectations and pressures and a certain kind of preset trajectory for an actor of your stature. But when I look at the choices that you've made, you're making all kinds of, interesting, different choices that are challenging you. And some of them work out and some of them don't. But it all feels like an experiment and you trying to find new ways to express yourself.
I think that's perfectly put. It's an experiment. And I try not to think